Right. Now, hopefully, we should now be live, but I have no way of checking. If you can hear us, write something in a message.
Can you see the messages?
No. No, I can't. Right. Just need to verify that we are actually now live. We can see something. That would be most useful.
Yeah, use your phone.
That's kind of what I'm doing.
Yeah, good thinking, Batman.
Right, okay. Well, I think the answer is no.
That's probably for the best, because we are pirating this guy's stream.
As in, we are live, but...
Oh, okay.
But we can't see ourselves. No, this doesn't work well, does it?
Then we are literally pirating this guy's stream.
Literally, yeah. That is what we're doing right now. How on earth am I going to get that to work?
You did last time.
Yeah, last time I had 2 screens. This time I've only got 1. Right, so I need to go to OBS, fix the stream, but unfortunately if I could do that, what happens is I can't see anything, because all I can see is a zoomed in version of the same thing that I'm actually looking at. It's very, very weird. Let's try that. Oh, that looks very cool, but once you look at the stream now, I'll tell you, you'll be thinking it's the world's coolest thing. You've got windows inside windows inside windows.
I am kind of looking at the stream.
Is that, what can you see?
About 14 different windows.
Oh, good. I'm not seeing that for some reason.
Yeah, you got that whole like window and a window thing going on.
Good stuff. Right, so if I now go back to the zooming, it should be us.
Nope.
Right, will be in a minute.
Well, it's good being professionals.
There we go. Right, I think we can officially start.
I don't see that.
I just looked at the live stream and I did.
Right, now I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a fair delay, isn't there? Okay, cool. So, yeah, do you want to explain what we're doing?
Right, well, I guess we'll do the normal intro. Hello, and welcome to another episode, another live episode. My name is Ross.
My name is Craig.
It's time to put the kettle on. It's tea time. Thankfully, because I need one after that.
Yeah, I almost forgot my single line.
What? I'm Craig. Honestly, I don't give you much to do. Right. Well, in that case, let's get on with the news, shall we?
Yes. I'll start this week.
Now, you may notice in the background is that we are currently quite badly of us, really. But we're currently streaming another stream from the Everyday Astronaut because we have the SN.
Oh, sorry. I just realised that I spelled astronaut wrong in the search.
Oh Oh my goodness me! What is that?
It is note, just a different type of note.
Wow, that's. Oh, I'm so glad that's for everyone else to see. That's brilliant. That is. Anyway, yeah,
But we found the guy, so it worked.
not deliberately taking his stream at all. Just that we want to watch it because SM15 should be going up any minute, and we want to make sure that if it does happen, that we see it. But we'll switch. If you want to watch that, obviously live, then you might want to go and watch his thing. But it looks like it's going to be another hour and away. So hopefully we have time to do this and then still go back to that later. Right. So you're going to start the news. Go ahead.
Yes. So we'll flip back to SM15 should anything happen. But in the meantime, have you seen this at all, Ross? Elon Musk loses Neuralink chief.
Yes, I have.
What's your thoughts?
Well, maybe tell everyone else what happened first, and then.
Okay, so Max Hodak, I think that's his name, I pronounce it. He has stepped down from Neuralink. He co-founded that with Musk. He stepped down some weeks ago, shortly after the whole chip in the monkey thing with the Pong. So no real idea why. It's classed as a sudden departure. He's been open and honest in saying that he's learned quite a lot. Still a cheerleader for the company, but onward to new things. So it feels a little bit odd given it feels Neuralink is making great steps forward and that he would step down at this point. So, don't know. It's kind of, don't know. It's one of those pieces of news. I'm not really sure what's happening. And what if you had any insight?
Well, I've heard from a few other YouTubers who have kind of put their attempts at trying to work out what's happening. Right. So, first of all, if we go back a little bit, Mr. Max Hodak was present at the unveil of the pig stuff, that launch event, if you remember, where they had the pig with the beep 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 noises as he was sniffling around on in straw or whatever. And in the Q&A that happened afterwards, Elon mentioned that they've got, I think he was getting a bit of like almost, okay, so what type sort of questions from the audience, and he went, well, we got monkeys playing video games, so and Max on stage said, oh, we're giving that news away, are we today? Okay, didn't know that. But obviously he was probably quite miffed by that because he's supposed to be the CEO, and then Elon comes in, no one knows who he is, so he's the star of the show, and then he starts leaking news which he wasn't supposed to leak. So you've got Elon who owns the company basically, but you've got this other guy who runs it, but everyone just sees it as Elon's company. So I think there might be a slight issue going on there. Also, there was a new guy brought in who has been considered to be very influential, called Dan, I think. And in one of his tweets on his way out, he mentions that he well done to all these people, and then he's put at the bottom, oh, and Dan's good too.
Okay.
Which was either legitimate, or as in he was trying to, say thank you to all his old-time members, and but don't worry, Dan's good too. Might be genuine, or it might be a bit passive-aggressive. Anyway, so I think he also tweeted about some new idea that he came up with, or something as a new product idea. So yeah, I think it's somewhere in there. We don't know what it is. Either he's eventually fallen out with Elon, or he's not getting on with the new guy Dan, or it just doesn't agree with the direction, or he's finally found what he seems to think to be a more purposeful use for Neuralink beyond the sort of high level can we assimilate type angle that Elon was going for. He's now found potentially a genuine use that he thinks will be great. Somewhere in there, don't know. we may not know for a while.
Yeah, I mean, I concur. I've never heard of the person. So I can imagine he was a bit peeved that, if he's doing all the work behind the scenes and must be getting all the love, and this new guy, Dan, I mean, I'd probably feel the same if that was true.
But then the only thing against the argument is that's been the case from the beginning and was always going to be the case. So I don't know whether we've necessarily, suddenly just uncovered that. But it sounds more like maybe there's a direction that Elon wants it to go in, and he doesn't entirely agree. So according to that bit further on, someone tweets that they're not a fan of leadership leaving a company without a single product. To which Odax replied, same. So maybe it's more to do with the product. Maybe it's more to do with him wanting to have a product which he can, I guess, take some ownership over.
Okay. So moving on from Musk, that's only Musk news I have, on to tech's other power couple, or previous couple. Bill and Melinda Gates to divorce. Have you seen this at all?
I have seen it, but I kind of felt like it was, and I don't want to ruin your story, but I kind of felt like it was personal stuff, so I just sort of left it alone.
Well, some of it is personal stuff, but it's interesting because obviously Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation does a lot for charity and for the world and sustainability. It's interesting to see where those sort of paths lead from here, and if they maintain that mission statement, which they say they are going to, which would be a good thing. However, Melinda could also become the world's second richest woman if she wants to, and literally go half and half and decide to do something entirely different.
Yep.
So I only brought this up mainly for the fact that this was quite big news, perhaps, for this sort of area. Sustainability-wise, the Gates have provided and hopefully will continue to provide quite a lot. So I think it'll be interesting to see where this goes from here.
Yeah, I guess so.
Not much else. Moving on to this guy. Remember him? Good old Boston Dynamics dog.
Spot.
So this story is the NYPD sends terrifying dog back after public backlash. So the New York Police Department, I believe they only loaned a few of them with Boston Dynamics. And the public obviously kicked up a bit of a fuss. I imagine it would freak you the hell out.
Imagine it would.
That would terrify me.
I've never seen nothing like this before in my life. Do you see this?
Oh, it's all in blue as well. Fantastic.
That would terrify me.
Yeah, it's pretty scary. They were also, I think they were, weren't they policing Starship at the launch site recently as well?
Oh, I'm not sure.
I'm sure they were. Yeah, like they were on the. Yeah, I'm sure I read, or maybe it was even in a previous episode, but they were on the Starship base or late at night or whatever, and just keeping an eye on stuff. It was probably keeping an eye, not just keeping it from a security point of view, but also keeping a video feed on any gases and stuff being emitted from the launch tower or whatever. So it's probably doing a job as well. But it seems to be a bit of a stunt that's happening at the moment. Boston Dynamics to keep bringing them out for various little jobs.
Well, looks like if you ask, they'll paint them any color you want as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, good point, Sheer. Yeah, ask yourself, when was the last time you saw next generation technology used for education, healthcare, housing, etc.? So yeah, good point. We do tend to check all the next gen into military, that type of area. That seems to be the place that gets all the toys.
So AOC's is her point here is she's saying it's a bit weird that this latest tech is being used for underserved communities, or is she saying, oh no, she is. He fought against community advocates.
Yeah.
He fought against community advocates who demanded these resources go to investments like schools, counselling instead. Right, okay. So is this the defund the police in action? Is this what's happening?
Sort of. Okay. Yeah. Let's not get into that world. Let's move on instead to...
I don't know what I'm talking about. I was just asking the question.
Yeah. Very, very muddy water. But let's move on to the HMRC. Things we care a bit more of because it's in the UK. So they have named cryptocurrencies among alternative assets that must be declared in wealth statements. Something we sort of already knew, but it's hinting towards how HMRC are starting to look at cryptocurrencies and start potentially trying to figure out how to tax them. Because right now, unless you declare profits, they have no idea of how to prove anything. So I'm not really sure how long that will last. Obviously, Bitcoin is on a public blockchain. So arguably, for the rest of history, you can look back at every single transaction that's ever happened in all time and trace them all back if any of those transactions happened on a UK regulated exchange. Obviously, if you never do an exchange on something that's UK regulated, they will never know. And it's entirely anonymous. But should you do that at least once, they can track you. And maybe that's kind of what they're hinting at. Yeah, we take robust action against people who don't pay the tax they are due.
I just had a... Sorry to interrupt you, but I just had a... One of the viewers has just sent me a message to say that you're a bit echoey and I'm a bit quiet, so I'm just trying to see if I can fix that. But I can't seem to increase the volume for some bizarre reason. There we go, try that. Okay, hopefully that's better. Anyway, carry on, sorry.
Yeah, hopefully so. I'll speak quiet anyway. That echoed last time as well, I think.
I'll speak louder, you just don't say things twice.
Cool. Right. HMRC. They're giving us a pretense of no hiding your cash. Right now, they have no leg to stand on. In the future, they may do. So they're sort of bigging up themselves a little bit. So watch that space. Next piece of news. Bentley do electric. Nobody cares. Next piece of news. Brain boxes find new way to revive dead lithium-ion batteries. Now, this is good news. Have you heard of this one at all?
Okay, go then. What's the new way?
So, re-lithiation.
Oh, so that. Yes.
It's literally, reversing the gradual loss of lithium, which is the degradation of batteries, and sort of rejuvenating it, putting it back in. Gives it a refreshed performance, which is quite cool.
Okay. Doesn't sound anything different to what I think I've already heard.
Cool. So I've never heard of this. So what have you heard about it so far?
Just that there are companies, I can't name them off the top of my head, but there are companies that can literally take like 90% if not more, of a battery and bring it back to life, basically. It's that simple.
Very cool.
And they can do that with existing batteries already.
Nice. Well, yeah, I wasn't aware of this, so this is really cool news in my opinion. And hypothetically, there'll be so many batteries available to be recycled soon enough. I think we discussed previously about them being reused on boats or ferries or just power your house. Plenty good uses.
Well, yeah, I mean, but if they can actually literally be restored back to their former glory, then You know, I mean, it's gonna be so important. It's almost profound that we can do it, because like the whole argument about batteries is, yeah, well, what are you gonna do when that, you know, you have to throw them away? It's gonna be lots of toxic chemicals and stuff that you're gonna just, you know, and there's a reason against EVs. But if you can get 95% of it back, that's epic. That's really, really good.
Very much so.
Yeah, thankfully there's a few companies working on it. I mean, there's the guy that was started. Did he start Tesla? He's started a company doing Strawball, like JB, whatever his name is. Apparently, volume levels are better, so that's good. I'm gonna have to improve the lighting in a minute because it's getting dark around it. JB Strawball, the guy that started with Elon, he's got his own recycling company, like called Greenwood or something like that. Redwood, maybe. Yeah. So there's lots of work being done in this area. It's very important, and I think it's going reasonably well.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it would be good to see this sort of thing be everyday normal place, as you said. So you literally recharging the battery, but also rejuvenate it with new lithium every now and then. Be very cool.
Fix the lighting. I'll be right back.
Okay. Well, I'll wait for you because this one's interesting.
Well, no, you. So I'll be literally right back. Here I am. I'm back.
Ah, there you go. So, next piece of news. Lyft is selling its self-driving division. The market will be dominated by a few rich companies.
Yeah.
So, Lyft, for those who aren't aware, is Uber's main rival. They basically do the same thing. However, they are putting their hands in the air and saying, yeah, we can't do this self-driving thing. We're going to flog it. But before I scroll down, who do you reckon bought this?
Oh, I think I know this one. 1 second, I should know it. Who would buy that? Toyota.
Toyota? Final answer?
Yes.
A Toyota subsidiary, basically Toyota.
Yes.
Yeah. So they bought it for $550 million.
Yeah.
So what's Toyota doing?
Oh, this for me, this is funny. I think this is like, so you got Lyft, who knew that autonomous driving was going to be a thing. So they obviously didn't want to get too far behind Uber. So they started investing in it. This is all my speculation. I don't know what I'm talking about. But so they've obviously put a team together and they've been working on it. I don't suppose it's gone particularly well. I imagine they've made some progress, but it's not game-changing. They're not anywhere near Tesla. They're not, probably not even anywhere near Waymo. Anyway, so then Toyota come along and go, right, well, we really need to catch up here because we've been slagging off electric cars and stuff for ages. So we're going to have to do something because at the moment, we're going to go from being the largest car maker to the lowest car maker when nobody wants to buy our crappy petrol cars, our questionable hydrogen cars, if the things can't even at least drive themselves. So then they've just gone and bought it. Lyft quite happy to get rid of it. I think it's pathetic. That's what I think it is. And I find it funny. But I could be wrong. Maybe Toyota are very clever, they know what they're doing.
Well, yeah. I don't know. How far has this gone? I have no idea.
I mean,
it's good thing for Lyft. They've made some profit.
Oh yeah. Great news for Lyft. I mean, in the short term, I don't know what it means they're going to do long term because now there is a ride-hailing company that doesn't have a self-driving future. So what do they do now? Like they're going to have to hope someone like Toyota actually take their little autonomous driving section, actually make it good so that they can then partner back with them to have someone.
Well, we are staying in partnership. Where is it? Where that? Yeah, Lyft will remain a partner until self-driving, and they will commercialize technology when it comes to fruition. So, thank you, Toyota. Please make it work. Let us use it when you do.
Do you know what I mean? It's just got an air of desperation about the whole thing. Toyota's gone, oh good, you started for us, that'll speed us up a little bit. And Lyft have gone, please take it away, we don't want to do it, and please make it work so that we've got someone, so that we're relevant. Because otherwise Tesla's going to come along with self-driving cars, and we're not needed. And then instead of flying Uber, we'll just suddenly realise that neither of us have any business.
Yes. And I wanted to highlight this point too for the next piece of story. So driverless cars are not ready for prime time is the verdict. Would you agree with that?
I mean, right now, yes. The governments are nowhere near ready to say, let's do this.
So, I'm going to show you some self-driving tech that's on the roads today, taking customers. Given the fact you say governments are not willing to do this yet, which country in the world do you think probably is?
Probably willing to allow driverless cars?
Yes. And the potential dangers they include.
I would probably say China, isn't it?
Oof, full marks. So self-driving robotaxis are now an actual thing in China. All by Beidou. So,
yep.
These are fully self-driving, apparently. However, they only go within 3 square kilometers. And they go to 8 specific pickup and drop-off stops.
Yeah, sounds familiar.
And even though they have no driver, they do have a staff member in the passenger seat just in case.
Right, yeah. So they're basically in trams. Cars that know exactly where they're going, can't go anywhere else. So it's not really self-driving, is it?
I mean, it's not on rails, so arguably it's self-driving, but yeah. I mean, I imagine probably there's a very specific set lane, and it sticks to these things.
It's just a step up from a tram. That's what it is.
Yeah.
However, I do believe that because China they're so competitive, so willing to basically jump over a few steps, to make themselves more competitive to the rest of the West and blah 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 blah. Then they'll do it. They'll definitely do it first. So like they keep saying, who's Tesla's competition? Well, no one yet, but if it's going to come from somewhere, it's going to come from China probably. And Sandy Munro said the same thing.
I would agree that China, being an entire country, they're going to have a massive head start. And also they have different laws to the rest of the world.
The fact they don't have to spend 6 months arguing about it in Parliament. The party's going to say no matter what you say. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the UK and America have exactly that. And Europe as well. So.
Yeah, I mean, this entire thing, like, was the tech developed? Was it pinched, copied? Who knows? But yeah, this is how it currently works. You order one, like an Uber, it turns up, drives you around. I like the camera angle where it doesn't show you the members of staff sitting to the right. Probably holding on to his pants.
Or changing them.
Imagine being that guy all day. It's like, it's today the day. It's today the day.
It's today the day the tram goes off the trails. Off the trails? Rails? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, It's seemingly quite cheap as well. I'm not sure how far this is, but it's only 3 kilometers. It's type of distance you could walk, to be honest, in about half an hour. So yeah, I don't know.
Hold on.
You'd be at least 18, which is good.
Yeah, hold on. Why is there a maximum age? You're not even driving the car.
I mean, after that point, surely your heart can't take it.
Do you reckon that's what it is? I don't have medical dramas in the back of the car.
I reckon if you're 61 and over, you have a 1 in 5 chance of having a heart attack on the way.
Don't know.
No idea. But the good thing is there are other Chinese competitors. I mean, China's an entirely different world itself. It's like it's got everything over there the same. And obviously, Beidou is basically their Google. Yeah, it's a mad place. Be interesting to see what they come up with next. Especially as they've got the Beijing Winter Olympics coming up. And these will be in force in that same area.
Brilliant. Could possibly
so, tourists next year can get into these. Assuming you're not over 16.
Or under 18.
Yeah.
So, good news. Families won't be getting in them.
Cool. That's all I have. Do you want a quick look at the rocket?
It's still already is. I'll be keep a check on it with over here as well. It's the pad's been cleared, which was happened just before we went live anyway. So we're still waiting for the recondenser, and then clouds of smoke and that sort of stuff. We've got quite a way to go before it ignites. So we will move on.
You have this piece first.
Yeah. Okay. So not Lyft, but Uber are trying to develop their own, as it says, their own car. So they've teamed up with Arrival's a UK company, but they're listed on the American Stock Exchange. So that's a sorry. I was going to segue somewhere else, but okay. Do you want to just play that?
Yep.
We are delighted to announce that we're working with Uber to purpose design from the ground up a car that can be specific for ride hailing. Right now we're at an early stage of the development. We look forward to talking to drivers and starting to understand exactly what the requirements for this vehicle can be. We believe there's a whole host of improvements that we can make when we take a clean piece of paper and really design this car from the ground up.
Well, yeah, 2023 is...
There's a 4-minute video, so I'll pause it in a second. But...
So that's basically it. So Arrival are the ones that made the vans and the buses. So now they're making a purpose-built car for Uber. And I think the idea is that Uber are just basically... Well, I guess they're obviously funding some of the design work, but it's called an Arrival car, so I'm sure the sales and stuff will go to Arrival, and then Uber just want to have sort of influence or priority over how to design the perfect ride-hailing car that you don't have to. It's just an electric car, isn't it? Yeah. So they just want to probably put TVs in it, something, I don't know, but whatever it is that Uber feel like would make it a more pleasurable experience.
Well, hypothetically, I imagine they'd want to get rid of their 70,000 UK drivers. I kind of feel like they're the end game, unfortunately.
Yeah. But also, we don't know about the self-driving, do we? They haven't got any plans for that, have we?
No, but I assume that is a step.
At some point, they have to partner with some. Well, no, but they've still got a division going, but who knows how that's getting on.
They can't have chat Toyota. They got some stuff, haven't they?
Don't think they can now. Sorry, forgive me, but I haven't got that on my screen, so I'm sort of trying to remember what I read earlier on. But yes, so. Good news from my perspective, because I've still invested in Arrival, so yay for me. But so I'm quite pleased with this.
So mine, but I didn't really see much of a jump. Did you?
No, not huge. There was, I mean, there has been recently, but so I think maybe some of that news got out a bit earlier than the rest of us, because it was quite a big 5% jump or something not that long ago. But yes, the segue I was going to make was some people were expecting Arrival to jump up yesterday. I think it was after Biden's recent extra push towards electric cars, but the Americans forget that Arrival is actually a UK-based company, so it probably didn't jump on that basis because it's UK. But it's very nice to have a UK-based electric car company. It's good.
Yeah, we'll forgive them for the whole US listing.
I will, because it allowed me to invest in them, so I'm quite happy with it. Made it easier for me. So speaking of British companies, we got next one up is Viritech, who have shown off their Apricale, whatever it's called. This little thing is a hydrogen-powered hypercar. It certainly looks very nice. It reminds me of the one with the ridiculously long name, which I can't remember the name of right now. But yeah, so if you want to just scroll on down a bit on that one, so we get some more
Just a second. Is that a guy driving with a mannequin? Or is there two mannequins?
Well, that is a good question. So what it's just
I can't zoom in, but that looks like a mannequin, surely.
I have to admit, it does look rather mannequin.
I mean, that guy's got facial hair. I've never seen a mannequin with facial hair. I imagine why would you bother? But that's a mannequin. It's going to take me for a ride, love.
Or just deeply offended somebody. I don't know, but yeah. But I mean, it looks great. Problem is, I mean, the fact that it looks great has absolutely nothing to do with how it's powered. But yeah, so it's was it the 800 kilometers driving range? 2.5 million though. 2.5 million. Sorry, that's Australian dollars. That's
Australian dollars.
Yeah, I don't know why it's in Australian dollars. It's Australian dollars. 2.5.
I think it's because you have which car from Australia.
Well, there is that, but that's where I found the article. But Australian dollar is about double, so it's half of that. 1.2 million, let's say. Oh no, it's slightly 1.3 million, 1.4 million.
Does it come with a mannequin?
I don't know. But yes, so it's cool that it's it's another UK company. But yeah, I mean, and it's kind of cool that it's hydrogen. I don't think it's a good idea, and it's very cool that it's that beautiful. But what's this? The hypercar will employ a graphene composite. You have to check graphene in just to make it sound even cooler.
Yeah.
To store its particularly volatile fuel source. Oh, great! So they acknowledged at least that they are powering it with something that is basically powering the sun. Fantastic.
Is it going to say later on, like, it doesn't have airbags? Don't worry, you crash your jet. Don't worry about it.
It doesn't need them.
You just explode instantly.
Yeah. Vaporize. Yeah. So I mean, I'll probably never get built, and no one's ever going to buy one. But it's kind of cool. So yeah, that was that. And then try and go back to my news that I had on my phone.
Oh, do you have more news?
Well, no, just trying to pull up the news that I had for you. Oh yes, no, there's no more news. So, well, just to mention, I think we mentioned it before, but Elon Musk, this Saturday is the big day. It's the day he appears on Saturday Night Live.
Ah, right, yes. Is that the day we expect Tesla shares to go down?
Well, I mean, I'm just dying to know. I'm dying to know how it's going to go. I think it's going. I think he's going to largely flop.
I mean, as most of his live appearances, and if his Joe Rogan appearances haven't said enough, he doesn't do well for the stock prices.
No, but is he funny? Like I mean, he is occasionally funny, yes, but he's funny on a very, very intellectual level, which most people are not going to get.
He's entirely hilarious if that's your thing.
Yeah, and he's awkward with it. So, you know, what do the mainstream think of Elon, and therefore what sketches are they going to put on, which is going to make any sense to anyone? Like, so is he Iron Man in real? Is he the real life Iron Man? Is that what they're going to go with? Is he Dogecoin master? Like, is that what they're going to go with, or? Is it going to be just some sort of petrol versus electric joke? I mean, like, you know, where are they going to go with this? That's what I just want to know. I can't wait. Yeah, but I think he's going to... I'm assuming he's doing the intro part. I'm assuming he's going to have pre-written stuff. And I imagine that part isn't going to go quite as well as one might hope. But then, of course, you know, the whole thing could be full of people that are big Elon fans and whatever. But yeah, there's going to be some Dogecoin reference in there somewhere, I'm sure.
Yeah, what do you want to have again? The Doge father.
Doge father, yeah. So, I mean, you know, if I was not a investing man and a gambling man, I was tempted a couple of days ago to put some money on Dogecoin just because in the run up to this, it's just going to go nuts. And it has. It's gone up 50% in the last week.
It's already 100x.
Yeah, well, and basically everyone wants to get it to $1. It doesn't even make sense. Like, it's not even a real target, but everybody wants it to go to $1. So people are just, and it'll probably work. It will be another Wall Street bet style GameStop thingy. Is my prediction. Definitely not financial advice. But I reckon it will. I reckon between it now and Saturday, it will get close to being $1. Anyway, so there's that. And then the only other thing, just because I think I mentioned it before, but it came out that, you know, our friends Starlink.
Yes.
Apparently, 500,000 pre-orders for it.
Nice.
For Dishy McDishface. 500,000 orders already. Pre-orders.
Yeah, fantastic.
So, yeah, that's another 500,000 people on the internet. Although I imagine those people already have internet and they just want it when they go camping.
Yeah, so they pay ridiculous money for some sort of rural dial-up.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah. I mean, pretty much anyone who's on a Scottish Highland should get Starlink. I don't imagine the services are great there.
I imagine if more than knew about it, they would. I mean, yes. But you can pay silly money for, like, satellite internet, can't you? That's what people do at the moment, I think, on boats and stuff. They use very expensive internet that way, or they try and dock it via the marina and have to pay that way. So, yeah, you pay $100 a month, and then you can basically go anywhere on the planet, and it will still work at 115 megabits per second, expecting to go quicker.
Yeah. I mean, it's primarily the speed, because otherwise you guys have a little 4G SIM card, travel anywhere card, chuck in a router, and take that with you. It's a 4G card, so whether you can get 4G or 3G, which is most of the world, 3G at least, you get some decent speed.
Yeah. Well,
you could do that right now.
I feel like I struggle around here sometimes, you know. Just in rural Somerset.
Have you got 4G where you are? I imagine you do.
Yeah, probably. But, you know, there's still places where, like, I lose signal when I'm driving the car between me and the drive I have to do every week. There's at least a few black spots along the way. So, that is all of my news.
That's all my news too. We were hoping we would go.
It looks like it hasn't.
As the path no longer cleared.
That's a good point. We've gone backwards. Still waiting T0. We don't have it's not scrubbed, so I don't know. It's like they've sent people back on.
Ah.
Interesting.
We were hoping by the time we finished our news, this would be, I don't know, maybe on prop load or engine chill or something. Something nearby, but yeah, it has gone backwards.
All right. Well, then I guess that leaves everybody else the opportunity to get comfortable with Everyday Astronaut and sit down, because it sounds like it might be a long evening in the UK.
Yes.
So, other than reminding people what they need to do next, is there anything else you want to talk about?
No, I don't think so. I think that covers everything.
Alrighty then. Well, in that case, remember to think, educate, and act, and we will see you this time next week.
Bye-bye.
Alright. Cheers, guys. Bye.